wearing a mask, and asks in a whisper,
"Am I beautiful?"
If you say no, he will rip your mouth off, because with kuchisake onna, there's no right answer, only blood. Before the smile was cut, long before she became a whisper in the alley, she was Masami, the most beautiful woman in her village. Men stopped talking when she walked by. Girls copied the way she wore her hair. Her face was a work of art, perfect lips, almond eyes, skin like porcelain. But beauty in her time was not a gift. It was a warning. Masami married a samurai, respected, feared, but never loving. He watched her like a hawk guards prey, not out of devotion but suspicion. Whenever men looked her way, his knuckles tightened. Rumors reached him. Whether they were true didn't matter. He believed them. And belief, when mixed with jealousy, becomes a blade. One night he came home early, drunk, silent, eyes dark like storm clouds. He asked her a question, a strange one. Will they still love you if I take away the thing they desire? She didn't understand until he pinned her down, until the blade touched the edge of her smile and tore it open. She screamed, but no one came. Blood filled her mouth, her lungs. He left her there, mutilated, humiliated, forgotten. Days later, she died from her wounds, or maybe from the shame. But death was not the end. The last breath she took carried a promise, a curse.
If I cannot be beautiful, no one will ever be again.
They buried her in a quiet corner of the village, but whispers began to spread. A woman seen wandering at night, asking questions, hiding her face. And if you answered wrong, you never made it home. Kuchisake onna. The slit-mouthed woman. The whisper in the alley. It was a cold, moonless night in a quiet suburb of Kyoto. The wind howled like a warning through the narrow alleyways, and the air carried an unsettling stillness. High school student Rika had stayed late after cram school, her breath turning white in the frigid air as she hurried down the dimly lit back streets. Her phone was dead, and her shortcut home, an alley she usually avoided, suddenly felt like the only option. She glanced around. No one. Only shadows and the sound of her own hurried footstep. Then, she heard it. A soft voice, almost a whisper. Am I beautiful? Rika froze. Standing just a few feet ahead was a woman wearing a long red coat and a surgical mask. Her hair was glossy black, cascading down like ink, and her eyes sparkled under the streetlight. Strangely beautiful, and yet wrong. Her head tilted slightly as she repeated the question, more firmly this time. Am I beautiful? Rika forced a smile, uneasy. Yes, you are. The woman reached up slowly and pulled her mask down. From ear to ear, her mouth was slashed open in a gruesome, jagged smile. Even like this? Rika stumbled back, heart racing. Her scream caught in her throat. The woman took a step forward, blade glinting in her hand, small, rusted scissors. Now, I'll make you just like me. Rika turned and ran, but the alley had changed. The buildings seemed farther apart, the path longer, the air heavier, and behind her, the soft scrape of scissors echoed with every step. Rika was running, but no matter how fast she moved, the alley kept stretching endlessly. She turned a corner, hoping to find the main road, but the alley just opened up in another direction. Behind her, the sound of scissors echoed again, this time closer. Then, silence. Rika turned around, and there she was. Kuchisake Onna stood in the doorway, her blood-smeared mouth twisted into a horrifying smile. A pair of scissors gleamed in her hand.
You lied.
Rika's knees went weak. No, I just want to go home. Kuchisake Onna stepped closer, her voice now almost human.
I used to be beautiful before he ruined me.
A flash of the past, a beautiful woman in the countryside of Kyoto, Japan. A jealous husband, a knife, screams, blood.
I begged him to stop.
The spirit whispered, nearly in tears.
But he wanted to make sure no man would ever call me beautiful again.
Rika trembled. I'm sorry for what happened to you. The spirit looked at her, eyes wide and dark. Something flickered within them. Pain, confusion, rage.
Sorry doesn't make you honest.
She raised the scissors. Rika stepped back, her hands trembling. There was nowhere to run, no door, no window.
Am I beautiful?
But this time, Rika didn't answer right away. She looked into the ghost's eyes, not with fear, but with something else. I think you are beautiful. Not because of your face, but because someone once loved you. And because you loved them too. The spirit froze. A flicker of something crossed her broken face. Her hand shook. For a moment, she didn't look like a monster, but like a grieving woman.
I didn't want this. I never wanted to become this.
Rika took a slow step forward. Then stop. Let it go. You don't have to hurt anyone anymore. The scissors fell. They clattered against the red floor, echoing like a bell in emptiness. Kuchisake Onna's body began to fade, gently, like mist touched by sunlight. Her face, though still torn, no longer looked angry. It looked tired, at peace.
Thank you,
she whispered, before vanishing completely. The red room disappeared. Rika stumbled forward and found herself back in the real alley, beneath the soft glow of the streetlight.